Okay.
Hello, this is Michael from GYO Supply, Hydroponic Superstore. We've been receiving a lot of questions lately about the Lucas formula, so I thought I'd make a quick video tutorial and try to answer any questions that you may have about the Lucas formula. First of all, what is the Lucas formula? Simply stated, it is a hydroponic feeding schedule. As you see here, I have your General Hydroponics 3-part Flora series, and they have their own schedule that they recommend you follow depending on what stage of growth you're in. You would give it a different amount of each of their 3 parts. However, Lucas formula is a little different, and it is based on the same General Hydroponics 3-part series, only you're only going to use 2 of them. The reason for that is that Lucas decided that the Flora Micro actually contains enough nitrogen that you don't need to use the Flora Grow. So using the Lucas formula, you're only going to use Flora Micro and Flora Bloom. When it comes to mixing up the Lucas formula, regardless of what stage of growth you're at, it is always the same. It is 8 milliliters per gallon of micro and 16 milliliters per gallon of bloom. Always add your Flora Micro to your water first. You might be asking what kind of water I'm using. This is reverse osmosis water, so we have a TDS, or total dissolved solids, of 0, or as close to 0 as you can get. Any store-bought water that you can get, this, as you can see, the bottle is a great value drinking water, which, if you read the fine print, says it was treated with reverse osmosis. But the first thing we want to do is add your 8 milliliters of Flora Micro. Mix. And then 16 milliliters. So what I'm going to have to do is two vials of 8 milliliters to get to 16. And again, mix. Now, as I stated previously, the theory behind this is that the Flora Micro contains enough nutrients, or enough nitrogen rather, that you don't need to use the green bottle that I don't have up here today, because I want to get that out of your head that you don't need it. There's enough nitrogen in the Flora Micro as 501, the NPK ratings. The 5 is the nitrogen. So the micro, even though this is where you're getting all of your trace elements and secondary nutrients, is packed full of nitrogen. You don't need to use the Flora Grow. Because you're only using these 2 instead of all 3, you end up having a lower overall ppm, so there's less dissolved solids in your nutrient solution, meaning that there's more room for dissolved oxygen, less chances of nutrient burns, and again, less money because you're not buying the Flora Grow. Again, you saw how simple it was. It was 8 milliliters of micro and 16 milliliters of bloom per gallon, and it's good to go. One of the biggest benefits, again, with this, besides the lower ppms, the lower cost, is it is very pH stable. So if you're starting with a reverse osmosis water, by adding in your 8 and 16 of these, you almost always end up directly at a 5.8 pH, which means that you don't need to be adding pH up or down. I hope this answered a lot of your questions that you might have about the Lucas formula. Below this video, I will be linking to an article that will hopefully answer a lot more of your questions and go into further details on how to use Lucas formula for you.